Yo, Pierre Andre is back guys. Alright, Assalamualaikum and salam jatuh aku ucapkan kepada korang yang menonton channel Andre Brothers. Korang memang awesome.
For all kat luar, SPM ke, BMR ke, UPSR semua,
Ungkap pada cerita yang macam tu. Cerita ketiga adalah yes, kali ni seperti biasa, seperti minggu-minggu yang sebelumnya, kita kembali dengan video-video react yang viral lagi menyeramkan. Yes, kenapa aku suka memilih video-video yang seram? Seperti yang korang tahu, sebab aku pun memang suka tengok video-video seram. Tapi aku tak nak tengok seorang-seorang, aku nak tengok dengan korang. Sambil kita tengok, sambil kita react. Adakah video-video atau klip-klip yang viral ni betul-betul menyeramkan? Atau adakah ia adalah sekadar klip-klip video viral yang fake? So kalau nak tahu, kita kena tengok dan kita perhalusi dan kita sendiri yang akan judge benda tu, adakah betul atau tak betul. So yes, macam mana? Adakah korang semua sihat? Kalau korang sihat, Alhamdulillah, aku gembira dengar. Tapi malangnya aku guys, aku kurang sihat sikit. Bukan demam, tapi lebih kepada kecederaan muscle pain, sakit sikit kat kaki. So kisah dia macam ni. 2-3 hari yang lepas aku pergi bercuti guys. Aku pergi Melaka, aku bawa family aku bawa anak aku and kakak ipar aku sekali. So kita orang pergi bercuti di sebuah hotel Swiss Garden. So kat situ memang best hotel dia, memang selesa, memang hotel yang cita rasa aku lah. Harga dia pun tak mahal sangat. So anak aku pun dapat mandi kat bawah. So aku book 2 hari kat situ, maknanya 2 malam. Kita orang tidur 2 malam. Tapi waktu aku kat sana, kebetulan mak aku call. Mak aku cakap Mikael pun ada dekat Melaka. So aku pun call dia, kita pun jumpa, gathering sama-sama and then makan seafood di Umbai. Kalau siapa yang dah pernah pergi Umbai dekat Melaka, korang mesti tahu seafood dia memang terbaik kan. Yes, itu adalah tempat antara tempat favourite aku kalau nak cari seafood. So yes, nak dijadikan kisah dia macam mana kaki aku ni sakit guys. So selepas kita orang check in di hotel Swiss Garden, bila dah habis lah nak kena check out kan. So aku dengan wife aku pun macam, kalau boleh tak nak balik lagi lah. So kita orang decide untuk extend 1 malam lagi, tapi bukan di Swiss Garden, di hotel sebelah ada The Show. So kita orang pun check in kat sana. Dan hari itu adalah hari Jumaat. So hari Jumaat ni guys, sebenarnya hari Jumaat ni dah masuk kategori weekend lah. So memang ramai orang check in kat situ. So bila dah ramai, lift tak cukup lah. Kau bayangkan ada 39 tingkat guys. Hotel yang aku check in tu dia lebih kepada macam resident hotel jugalah macam tu. So aku dapat bilik yang ke-39. Mana bukan bilik ke-39, bilik yang level dia 39. So kau bayangkan tingkat 39 tinggi kan. So masa kita orang dah tidur sana, nak balik tu, nak check out tu, memang lift penuh gila. Dan nasib baik aku dah suruh kakak ipar aku dengan anak aku turun dulu. So diorang dah selamat tunggu kat kereta. So bila time aku dengan wife aku nak keluar pula, dah setengah jam juga tunggu. Lift tak dapat juga. So aku tengok lift duk naik daripada G, dia terus naik tingkat 41. So 41 ni yang paling tinggi lah, paling atas sekali. Dia orang ada macam garden roof kat atas sana. So aku cakap dengan wife aku, apa kata kita naik tangga, kita terus tunggu kat tingkat 41. So kita pun naik, tunggu tingkat 41. Lepas tu lift tu main taik lagi guys. Then aku cakap dengan wife aku, kalau kita terus tunggu kat sini, aku tak tahu bila dapat lift ni. So kita pun decide untuk turun tangga. Kau bayangkan daripada tingkat 41 turun tangga terus sampai ke tingkat 4, pergi ke parking level lah. So disebabkan itulah hari ini dan semalam aku tak boleh jalan guys. Aku kena semayang pun duduk. First time dalam sejarah hidup aku semayang duduk. Dan time itulah baru aku tahu betapa nikmatnya nikmat kesihatan yang Allah bagi pada kita guys. So bila dah kena sakit macam tu, baru aku tahu, ya Allah, aku selama ni ya Allah, aku leka ya Allah. Nikmat kesihatan yang kau bagi aku ambil enteng aja. Bila kena macam tu, baru kita tahu seksa guys. bayangkan orang yang, kalau korang yang pernah kena muscle pain yang melibatkan bahagian kaki, ankle dan sebagainya, korang mesti tahu betapa susahnya nak berdiri, nak berjalan. Itulah yang aku sedang alami sekarang ni. Tapi Alhamdulillah, aku okey je. Dan sakit tu pun dah semakin berkurangan. Dan aku pun masih kira dah boleh berjalan macam biasalah. Tapi tak berapa nak boleh laju sangat lah. So itulah cerita aku guys. Tapi tak apa, aku tetap sihat. Aku tetap bersyukur pada Allah. Sebabnya Allah bagi lagi aku untuk bernafas di muka bumi dia ini. Okay. Dan dengan adanya waktu ni, aku nak share sikit. Aku nak buat ni lah, video react kita ni. So aku tak nak cakap banyak lagi. Aku tahu korang pun dah tak sabar. Dan aku pun tak sabar nak tengok video apa yang ada selepas ni. Are you ready guys? Kau dah ready? Cantik. Minum je. Okay. Kita mulakan dengan video pertama kita.
Number 15, TikTok Ghost. The next time you dance alone in your room, remember that you may not be alone. This video, taken this year by TikToker Billy Golf, what first appeared like a normal dancing video, hiddenly shows a human-like apparition in the doorway background. The person clearly believes they are alone in the house, jumping up on a countertop to dance, just as she's getting her groove on. If you watch the back room closely, a shadow figure passes in the darkness. Some in the comments of this video claim the shadow is from the person dancing, but the shadow doesn't seem to correspond to the dancer's movements. And why then does it just appear for a moment? Others say that the camera simply autofocused, making the doorway blurry. And believers, of course, believe it's a ghost. Perhaps the ghost is pacing backstage, preparing moves for his own audition. Number 4.
Alright guys. Okay guys, kat sini kita dapat pengajaran yang pertama, iaitu jangan main TikTok. Sebab apa? Kau tengok hantu pun meluat tengok mamat tu yang tengah menari TikTok tu. Okay. Jangan marah, jangan kecam. Untuk orang yang suka TikTok, tak apa, silakan terus buat TikTok anda. Jangan ting-tong, sudahlah. Untuk video tadi tu nampak memang menyeramkan. Tapi tak nampak detail sangat kelibat apa yang melintas tu. Tapi kebiasaannya benda-benda macam ni aku tak terkejut. Memang secara tak sengaja, kadang-kadang kalau kau bernasib baik, kau dapat capture benda-benda yang menyeramkan macam tu. Contohnya macam sekarang ni aku tengah rekod kan, tak minta lah, tapi kadang-kadang kita tak tahu kita terakam sesuatu yang kita sendiri pun tak sedar kan. So seperti itulah pendapat aku. So apa pendapat korang? Adakah video itu real atau fake? Kalau aku rasa video itu real. Sebab benda-benda yang coincident macam ni memang biasa berlaku. Oh tak apa, kita go to next video.
13. Exorcism. This video features an exorcism in action as the man wails demon-like in the background. A Russian Orthodox priest places a holy book under his head and reads the ritualistic prayers or blessing while patting the possessed man on the chest. The man jerks and squawks, baring his teeth. As the priest continues his duty without flinching, he begins to shake his head back and forth, pale as a ghost, a blank expression on his face, and then he is still. The priest lifts his head into view of the camera as he continues to perform the exorcism, pressing something to the man's forehead. The man's eyes are rolled into the back of his head, leaving only the whites of his eyes in view. A very disturbing image. He then closes his eyes and later whispers something to the priest. The footage ends shortly thereafter, and it's unclear if the exorcism was successful or not. But if you didn't believe in demonic possession before, after watching this video, you might just find yourself a believer. Number 3.
Okay guys, aku kalau benda-benda rasuk ni, aku memang pada dulu aku memang tak berkenan betul. Pasal apa? Aku dah selalu sangat tengok orang-orang yang kena rasuk tau, especially kadang-kadang dekat set shooting atau tempat-tempat yang senang jadinya kejadian rasukan ni. Dan memang benda ni sebenarnya satu energi yang penat tau guys. Kalau korang berada di tempat orang yang kena rasuk ni, kalau in fact kalau kau tak kuat, kau sendiri pun boleh kena rasuk. Dan aku ingat lagi pengalaman aku masa aku shoot filem Jangan Pandang Belakang, waktu tu last day. Dan berlakunya satu kejadian, kalau korang ingat lagi, di mana stuntman dalam filem Jangan Pandang Belakang tu ada satu kemalangan yang berlakukan, yang meragutkan nyawa. So benda ni, kejadian ni berlaku sebelum tu. So berlakunya satu kerasukan dekat kita orang punya kru tau. Aku rasa budak wardrobe tak silap aku. So benda ni dia masuk rasuk macam nak jadi harimau semua apa. And then kebetulan waktu tu aku nak lalu dekat hall tu. Dia orang semua tengah nak okeykan budak tu lah. So aku tak dekat situ, aku kat bawah. Aku just nak lalu, nak masuk ke bilik. Aku simpan baju kat belakang sana. So bila aku masuk je, ada seorang tu mulut dia celupar sikit. Inilah yang buat skrip. So perempuan tu yang kena rasuk tu, dia bayangkan dia tengok aku macam tu guys. Aku pun masa jalan tu macam terkejut lah kan. Takut pun takut. Tapi kita ni jangan tunjuk kita takut guys. Sebab kalau kita tunjuk kita takut, benda tu lagi suka tau. Dia lagi macam kau takut kan, kau lawan. Walaupun kau takut, dalam hati aku time tu, ya Allah, sudah benda ni kan. So aku pun lawan. Aku tengok kau nak apa. So dalam hati macam tu lah, sebenarnya takut juga. Lepas tu tak sampai, aku rasa tak sampai 30 saat macam tu, dia tenung aku. Lepas tu dia alihkan pandangan, dia meracau-racau lah. So itu antara pengalaman aku bila tengok orang kena rasuk. So untuk video tadi tu, mula-mula aku ingat video tu ada bersangkut paut dengan orang Islam tau. Sebab kita nampak perempuan tu macam pakai tudung. So bila dia cakap kejadian tu berlaku di Rusia, dan Russia ni memang masih banyak lagi mengamalkan Christian Orthodox kan. So Christian Orthodox ni dia lebih dekat kepada Islam. So sebab tu dia punya penampilan dan dia punya cara tu kadang-kadang agak mengelirukan. So kat situ kita nampak mamat yang kena rasuk ni, dia tengah struggle. Aku tak tahu adakah dia struggle untuk melawan benda tu, atau benda tu dah 100% control dia punya body. Tapi yang paling menyeramkan tu, kalau korang tengok dia punya mata tu guys, hilang mata hitam. Apa pendapat korang? Adakah video tu real atau fake? Kalau aku rasa real. So tak apa, kita go next video.
Something is in the tree. Walking home in the dark is never a treat. It's even worse if you cross paths with something like this. Posted to YouTube in February of 2018 by Rohit Mukherjee. This ghost sighting was caught on camera in India. The YouTuber writes that one of his uncle's friends captured the creature on camera while returning home late from work with a friend. He writes, as he was coming down the road, he heard some noises, mostly shrieks, and he thought it might be an animal or something. As he was looking around, he saw something on the trees and pointed his mobile camera towards it, and then he saw this mysterious creature. The footage does show a figure in the trees. It looks like a human outline. At first, you assume it's just some oddity in the shadows, but then it moves. After seeing this creature, the men say, "Bug, bug," which means run, run. They then raced home and sent the video to Rohit's uncle. What do you think this figure could be? A ghost, an evil shadow, or some other strange entity? Or maybe it's just a monkey? Number 12.
Okay, video tu memang nampak menakutkan, tapi dia nampak macam orang berdiri atas pokok pun ada juga. Tapi yang menyeramkan tu, dia punya bentuk tu tak sempurna seperti seorang manusia tau. Dia nak kata monyet pun bukan monyet, nak kata manusia pun macam bukan. Jadi agak confusing juga. Tapi apa pun, aku rasa video tadi tu memang menyeramkan. Kalau aku kat tempat laki yang tengah rekod tu, memang awal-awal aku dah belah dah. Apa dia cakap? Bak, bak. Kalau aku kat situ, bak, 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 bak. So apa pendapat korang? Adakah video tu real atau fake? Next video.
The burning bush. This footage shows a tree near a power line. At first appearing completely normal, natural and green-leafed, to then only moments later, lighting up the town. You can literally hear electricity coursing.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa guys, ni scary guys.
As flames pierce through the tree, the flames rage, shut off, then rages through again. Then, at the end of it, reported by KGMI News Talk, a power outage occurred in Bellingham, Washington. After experiencing this equipment failure, according to Puget Sound Energy, the tree caught flames from high-tension lines, which arced on the 1400 block of Grant Street. Although the tree was the only damage, many in the area were inconvenienced by the power outage, including several people who were trapped in an elevator. I think I'd rather be trapped in an elevator than standing next to this burning bush. Number 11.
Oh guys. Ini benda bukan main-main. Ini benda serius. Kalau benda yang melibatkan elektrik, ini aku... Benda ni memang sangat scary guys. Pasal apa? Bila benda yang ada sangkut paut dengan elektrik, dia akan bersangkut paut dengan keselamatan nyawa kita guys. Kalau kau tengok footage tu, kau tengok macam mana senangnya dia boleh bakar pokok tu. Apatah lagi kita ni manusia, kalau pegang benda tu, aku rasa memang rentung kau. Okay, aku rasa video tu real. So kita go next video, okay?
11. Laughing squatter. Everyone wants to feel safe and alone in their own home. What happens when you find out you're not? Posted to YouTube in June of 2019, the YouTuber writes, "Man finds creature in ceiling crawl space that apparently laughs at him." The man in the video explains that he's not a believer in the supernatural. He's a skeptic, but sitting alone on the couch in his home that day, he started hearing a noise coming from the roof or the ceiling. He said he could hear it in the light in his living room, so he decided to investigate. In a closet in his home, there's a small hole, big enough to stick a camera through, but it doesn't look quite large enough for a normal-sized human to squeeze through. When he does get his camera up there, you can see your normal everyday attic crawl space, but over in the corner, in the darkness, are two large orbs, a pair of eyes. He sticks the camera back up there, and the eyes appear for a second again, before blinking closed, as he asks the creature what it is, expecting a response from what looks to be an animal. A child or a toy's doll laughter rings through the darkness. Is Chucky in this man's attic, or does that raccoon simply have a very strange cold?
Squirrel? Raccoon? Oh my god!
One thing's for sure, you don't want to hear that laughter coming from anywhere in your home. Number 10.
Oh guys, aku dah meremang. Video tu aku meremang. Seriously aku tak tahu apa benda tu. Mula-mula aku ingat kucing. Kalau tak kucing pun mungkin raccoon ke, atau sejenis musang ke. Tapi bila dia mengeluarkan suara ketawa tu aku terus meremang. Apa pendapat korang? Adakah video tu real atau fake? Tak apa, kali ni korang jangan jawab, korang komen kat bawah tu. Next video, okay?
The Peeper. This list is probably making you feel you're as unsafe inside your home as you are outside of it. This entry is no exception. Posted by Borgburger, this video captures a man who is trying to film inside his neighbor's home. Apparently, the neighbor had been filming inside their home for weeks. The homeowner's girlfriend said that the man often approached her when she was collecting post, and she felt he was creepy. He once offered that if there was anything he could do for her, just let him know. The video shows the man in his own home entering a room across from theirs. According to the video, he picks up his camera, which had been charging, positions himself on the floor out of sight, then starts recording from a corner of the window. You can actually see the red light from his video camera appear in the darkness. He peers over the windowsill to see that no one sees him. Then he resumes recording. He is again seen more clearly, standing up to look out the window. Then he ducks back down to resume his peeping position. The man filming or photographing goes on for a solid 2 minutes, and probably longer, because this clip seems to have been cut before the man finishes. The clip also shows the man being taken to the station by police. The homeowner said his girlfriend felt incredibly upset as her privacy had been violated. Who wouldn't? Considering her intuition about this man. This just goes to show that you should always trust your gut. A search of official reports of this invasion of privacy could not be found, so it's unclear whether or not this situation ended in charges being pressed against the culprit. Whatever the case, this one will make you pull your shutters closed and lock them tight. Number 9.
Okay guys, ini masalah orang sakit jiwa lah aku rasa kot. Aku tak ada banyak komen pasal benda tu. Mungkin korang ada pendapat korang tentang video tadi tu, tapi video tadi tu memang terang-terang adalah video real, sebab mamat yang buat hal tu pun dah kena tangkap. Aku tak tahu dia didakwa atau tak, tapi bila melanggar privasi seseorang tu, aku rasa itu sesuatu yang serius. Tak apa, kita go next video.
Hitchhiking. We've all been warned never to pick up hitchhikers, but that advice especially goes for paranormal ones. This dash cam footage was posted in July of 2019. The dash cam's clock shows that the clip was taken around 2 in the morning. If you blink, you'll miss it, so pay careful attention. Driving down a dark and empty highway, the car is traveling at a fairly fast speed when, off to its right, in the empty lane, appears a figure. Some say it has its thumb out for a ride. Do you see it? Is it a ghost? Or is it just a regular person with a bad wish? After all, who hails a ride in the middle of the road during the darkness of night? Only someone who's looking to get run over, or at least doesn't mind testing fate, whether ghost or real boy. This isn't something you want to see while driving down a dark road at 2 a.m. It might very well send you into a terrified tailspin, making you the next ghost on the highway. Number 8.
Okay. Video yang berkenaan dengan dashcam ni memang selalu sangat orang dah dapat capture hantu-hantu yang berada di tengah jalan raya. Tapi untuk tadi tu aku tak nampak clear sangat. Aku tak sure adakah itu hantu atau ada orang yang nak minta tumpang. Tapi katanya video tu diambil sekitar jam 2 pagi lebih guys. Apa benda yang nak tumpang tu aku pun tak tahulah. Tapi kalau memang ada hantu yang nak tahan kereta nak tumpang, aku rasa hantu dekat sana tu agak sopan ya. Sebab hantu kat Malaysia ni kalau dia nak tumpang, dia tak minta izin pun. Tahu-tahu je dia kat belakang lah. Aku tak sure video tu real atau fake. So apa pendapat korang? Adakah real atau fake? Tak apa, korang komen dulu kat bawah ni. Okay, kita go next video.
Motion at the door. Security systems can be the difference between life and passing away. A homeowner claims that this Ring doorbell system saved his life. Published to YouTube in December of 2017 by Michael Hernandez. Hernandez writes, at around 3:30 a.m., my family and I were woken up to my Ring app notifying me that there was a motion at the front door. Once I opened my eyes, I noticed flames coming from my bedroom window. Hernandez said that the app sounded off 3 or 4 times already before waking him. When he ran to the front door to get the hose, he couldn't open it because the door was too hot. As he attempted to use an extinguisher to quell the flames, his fiancée called for help. As you can see in the video, the crackling blaze was more than just a bit of motion. It grew to enormous heights quickly. Soon it was billowing and entering the entryway to the homeowner's front door. His entire front yard is soon in flames, and finally at about 3 minutes in, you see the homeowner open the front door to retrieve the hose, only to be forced back inside as the blaze is too hot to handle. About 30 seconds later, he attempts to put down the flames with the extinguisher, but they have grown to billowing heights. According to ABC 7 News, the flames broke out at 3:30 a.m. in Corona, California, and Hernandez, his fiancée Katie, and his brother managed to get out unharmed. It's unclear what caused the flames. As of the ABC 7 report, an investigation into the matter was yet undetermined. Number 6.
Okay guys, ini sama macam video kita tengok yang pasal elektrik tadi kan, yang dia bakar pokok tu. So benda yang melibatkan api ni tu benda yang aku takkan buat main lah. Sebab kat situ pun kita boleh nampak betapa tensionnya keadaan kat situ. Memang kita tak rasa pasal kita tak alami, tapi untuk owner rumah tu, dia of course dia akan terasa nyawa dia terancam. Dan itu satu hal. Yang kedua, of course kalau boleh dia nak selamatkan rumah dia daripada terbakar kan. So memang aku tengok video tadi pun aku dah cukup terasa sangat cemas. So okay, kita go next video. Yang tadi tu real.
7. Hair flip. TikToker Queen Alex posted this haunting video to the site. The clip shows a phone strapped onto a stand, recording footage of a woman in the distance near a forest. You might have to watch this clip a few times to see it, but if you look at the tree to the right of her, you can see what appears to be a figure move from one side of the tree to the other. What is going on here? Is it a trick of visual trickery, or have we all fallen into some time warp loop? Whatever it is, it's seriously uncanny. I wouldn't go anywhere near that forest.
Ya guys, aku tak nampak tadi. Aku tak tahu apa benda yang aku tengok. Dia kata, dia kata hutan tu berhantu. So ada TikTokers ni yang nak main TikTok ni, dia nak ambil video kat situ. Katanya ada semacam lembaga yang cross kat belakang dia ke apa. Tapi aku tak tahu, aku tak nampak. Korang nampak ke? Kalau korang nampak, korang komen bagi tahu aku apa benda tu. Adakah real atau fake? Tapi kalau bercerita tentang hutan yang berhantu ni memang banyak guys. Kita nanti aku playback sekali lagi aku nak tengok. Tapi tadi aku tak apa nampak sangat apa benda tu. Kita go next video dulu.
6. Thunderbolt and lightning. Very, very frightening. This one would certainly wake you up at night and probably wouldn't let you go back to sleep. Posted by Awesome Narwhal to Reddit. He writes, saw a post about lightning and decided to share my own. The very short 3-second clip shows a lightning bolt blaze just outside the window, reaching what appears to be a tree off to the left. The entire tree lights up, not unlike the electrified burning bush from the earlier entry. This is such a scary act of nature that it almost makes you want to feel the heat yourself, but that is certainly not a good idea. Number 5.
Guys, kat sini inilah kita nampak terang-terang kuasa Allah guys. Selalu kita dengar kilat, kita dengar petir, tapi kita tak nampak exactly macam mana rupa dia bila dia petir kat satu kawasan tu kan. So kat sini kita nampak macam mana keadaan pokok tu apabila dipanah petir atau dipanah kilat, dia terbakar guys. Kita boleh nampak dia punya kekuatan kilat ni. Allah Akbar. Aduh guys, aku tak dapat bayangkan macam mana kalau azab di neraka nanti kan. Kilat macam tu pun kita dah tengok keadaan dia sangat menakutkan. Ya Allah Tuhanku, Kau peliharakanlah kami semua daripada azab api neraka-Mu ya Allah. Amin. Tak apa, kita go next video. Yang tadi tu confirm real guys.
5. Ghost exit. Some videos have the power to keep us up all night long. As we're drifting off to sleep, they enter into our subconscious, making us sit bolt upright. The fear is real. The fright. This was posted to Reddit with the uploader writing, "My friend is security at the airport, and he saw this through the security cameras." The video shows an American Airlines desk with what appears to be a service door beside it. The airport looks empty. Perhaps the security footage was taken during closing hours. But if it's empty, what makes the door do this? The door swings open aggressively, with no one behind it. These types of doors are usually heavy and secure, and as AstroCath explains in the comments, are often locked or require a manual code to open, so it's unclear how wind or something natural might have burst the door open like this. So what could it be? Theories in the comments range from a ghost running late for a flight to unequal air pressure. Redditor Steve MageGod points out that there's a slight shadow change before the door flings open, so as usually happens, We've got those who think this is paranormal activity on one side, and the skeptics who suggest this could be readily explained on the other. Which side are you on? Number 4.
Okay guys, yang itu confirm bukan angin yang tolak. Sebab memang nampak terang-terang pintu tu bukan pintu papan yang nipis guys. Ni pintu yang tebal tau. Memang sepatutnya kalau ikut secara logik akal kita, mesti ada sesuatu yang mendorong atau menarik pintu tu sampai dia boleh terbuka. Tapi kita nampak kat situ rakaman CCTV, waktu tu memang tak ada orang. Dan aku syak ni mesti time pagi 3-4 pagi ke. Time memang dah tak beroperasi langsung airport tu. So apa dia orang panggil, kalau Mak Sadi dia panggil apa, poltergeist dia benda-benda yang boleh bergerak sendiri ni. So tu memang satu benda yang menakutkan lah kalau ikut pendapat aku lah. Sebab kita melihat suatu benda yang bergerak tanpa melihat apakah makhluk yang menggerakkan benda tu. Tu memang satu benda yang menakutkan lah. Aku rasa video tu real. So apa pendapat korang? Kau rasa video tu real atau tak? Tak apa, kita go next video, okay?
Or ghost voice. A ghost voice drifting from deep inside a tunnel is something that nightmares are made of. That's what Amy Dancing Again posted to the Chills Narrator subreddit under the title Ghost Voice at WW2 Oil Storage Tunnels in Darwin, NT, Australia. Although the acoustics of this tunnel have been called haunting, our research uncovered no further reported paranormal activities in the tunnels, although they seem like the perfect setting for them. The tunnels were built to protect oil. Japan went after the city of Darwin no less than 64 times during this time frame, ending in 1945, with only 6 of the 11 tunnels completed. The tunnels were then opened to the public in 1992, which is how this Redditor came to explore them. They were the only people in the tunnel, as they arrived early. Another Redditor wrote in the thread that the way the camera moves when you hear the voice makes the video seem legit. What is this voice saying? I just can't seem to make it out. Number 3.
Okay, dia katanya dia dekat tunnel tu dia dengar ada suara makhluk yang dia tak tahu apa benda lah. Tapi aku tak berapa nak dengar sangat. Lah benda yang berkait dengan tunnel-tunnel tinggal ni atau terowong-terowong yang tak diguna pakai ni, memang kalau tempat tu gelap memang senanglah benda-benda gaib ni atau benda makhluk gaib ni dia membuat penempatan di kat situ. So aku tak terkejut kalau ada sesuatu yang memang dah duduk kat situ. So kalau takat mendengarkan suara dia, itu aku rasa agak normal. Cuma kita tak tahu kesahihan video tu, adakah video tu real ke atau fake. Kalau aku masih anggap 50-50. Dan video tu taklah se-scary mana, pasal dia hanya mendengar suara yang aku tak tahu suara apa tu. Ya, bolehlah aku cakap tak scary. Kalau aku kat sana mungkin aku cakap scary. Ni sebab dekat rumah kan. Okay, tak apa, kita go next video.
3. Acrobatic snake. Security cameras often catch those creatures that we'd rather know nothing about. This is one of them. This video took place in Southern California. The uploader writes, "This thing fell through the wood under the eave of my house and struggled for 3 hours until it fell. The vid starts where it happened in the daytime and then goes to the event. The uploader adds that whatever the creature is came out at the top right near the vent, and it happened between midnight and 3:30 in the morning. The footage shows what appeared to be a tentacle-like object, which appears and then disappears several times. The pointy end of it starts wiggling, and it stretches out, as if it's trying to reach the vent, while the other end still attached to the wall. It does finally manage to acrobat over and get its head up in there. Then, before you know it, it's squirming up into the vent, its tail waggling all over the place. It's then seen wrapping around a nearby pole, before it climbs down the wall. Last seen on the ground at 3:30 in the morning. Looks like an acrobatic snake to me. Whatever the creature is, it's sure to keep you up at night. Number 2.
Okay guys, yang tu scary guys. Katanya ular, tapi dia rekod CCTV tu dalam waktu malam. Sebab tu gambar dia black and white kan. Tapi ular tu agak pelik lah guys, pasal dia datang daripada tepi dinding tu, dan dia semacam nak menggapai-gapai sesuatu, dan akhirnya dia hilang macam tu je. Aku tak sure binatang apa tu, tapi kalau waktu malam macam tu memang agak menyeramkan kalau kita tengok benda-benda yang kita tak dapat kepastian apakah ia kan. So video tu pun aku masih sangsi juga. Aku tak sure real ke fake ke, tapi insting aku rasa macam real. Tapi kalau video tu betul-betul real, apakah makhluk yang kita sedang lihat tadi? Next video, okay?
Do ghosts exist? If you ever question the paranormal, maybe test your skepticism with this video. This footage was captured in the Czech Republic and posted in January of 2012. The uploader writes, "This footage will prove once and for all ghosts exist." The clip shows a snowy road in the darkness of night. A car is stalled in the road as blizzard-like conditions swirl all around. Then in front of it, a semi-transparent figure appears. There is a glow at the top of what would be its head, like a flame. It stops in the middle of the camera's purview before disappearing again. Some of the comments note that the thing, whatever it is moving in the opposite direction as the wind and the snow. Commenter Denise M. Sanders suggests it was a person who was hit while crossing the road and passed away on the scene. Many agree that this looks like legit paranormal activity. What do you think? Before we...
Okay guys, yang tu aku rasa tu memang confirm benda yang makhluk gaib ni, pasal kita tak apa nak nampak dia kan. Dan cara dia muncul tu agak menyeramkan jugalah guys. Aku tengok video tadi, aku terus meremang ni. Tak tahu kenapa. Apa pendapat kau tentang video tadi tu? Real ke? Atau fake? Okay, tak apa. Kita go to next video, iaitu video yang terakhir kita untuk kali ni. So, adakah video ini lebih menyeramkan atau video fake yang cuba di-viralkan? Check it out guys.
Number 1. Forest Ghost. When you see a video titled Most Authentic Ghost Footage of All Time, you know it's gonna be good. You also know it's sure to keep you up at night. Posted by YouTuber Faded in August of 2006, the footage was filmed at Triangular Field in November of 2001. The original uploader said that the figures are floating up into the trees because where you see the flat rock, there's actually a 10-foot drop. In the video, you can see a vague figure drifting amongst the trees. From this distance, it's hard to tell what it could be, but most agree it's not human. One YouTuber in the comments, MV and Even, claims to have interviewed the people who took this video for a podcast and says they're legit and so is this video. Others insist that this is the best ghost footage they've ever seen. Some paranormal experts claim to have heard sounds of battle in the field and also claim that camera equipment has been known to fail on site. This seems like the perfect place to find spirits roaming with unfinished business. Do you think that's what this is? Or do you have a better explanation? Thanks for checking out this video.
Okay, alright. Yang video last tu memang scary. Sumpah tu memang scary gila. Pasal apa? Satu, dia punya quality video tu memang dah menyeramkan. And then dia ambil footage tu pada waktu malam. Dan dia punya di kawasan hutan kan. So hutan-hutan ni kalau malam-malam guys memang menyeramkan. Dan yang paling buat aku meremang ni satu badan ni, kita boleh nampak ada satu image tu, dia seolah-olah macam benda putih dan dia nak terbang ke atas tau, ke atas pokok dan menghilang ke dalam hutan tu. Itu memang sesuatu yang tak boleh kita nak explain dengan kata-kata, pasal confirm tu bukan manusia guys. Binatang apa tu? Kalau binatang pun tak ada yang macam tu. So aku beranggapan itu adalah makhluk yang di alam gaib lah. So kalau itu menurut pendapat aku, tapi mungkin korang ada pendapat korang sendiri. Dan Aku tak tahu nak kata benda ni fake ke real ke, tapi insting aku lebih mengatakan ia adalah real. So, adakah korang setuju dengan pendapat aku? Atau korang ada pendapat korang? Real atau fake? Tak apa, korang komen kat bawah tu, aku nak tahu. So, yeah guys, kita dah tengok 15 video klip-klip viral yang menyeramkan. Itu klip-klip video yang ada yang bertentang tentang penampakan makhluk gaib, ada juga yang berkaitan kebakaran tadi. Itu pun memang scary juga. Aku kalau bab terbakar ni memang benda tu memang serius kan. Kita tak boleh ambil mudah. Kadang-kadang orang ingat benda-benda terbakar ni macam api kecil kan, main api kecil tu. Benda ni sebenarnya kalau boleh kita jauhkan guys. Especially kalau ada siapa yang ada anak tu, mana anak-anak yang baru-baru nak mengenali api lighter, so kita cuba elakkan daripada berlakunya perkara yang kita tak ingin kan. So untuk 15 klip video kali ni, aku rasa ada juga beberapa video yang aku rasa sangat menyeramkan, yang aku rasa aku tak boleh nak tidur malam sekarang ni. Tapi tak apa, aku enjoy tengok video ni dan aku harap korang pun enjoy sama, sebab ini adalah salah satu minat aku nak tengok benda-benda yang macam ni kan. Sebab kita tak tahu, kita sifat ingin tahu kita sebagai manusia kan sangat besar guys. Dalam tengok-tengok tu takut juga. Yes, untuk kali ni sampai situ saja kita punya video reaction kita, and aku harap korang sukalah dengan video kali ni. Dan yes, untuk orang yang belum subscribe, tolong subscribe dulu guys, sebab subscribe tu percuma je, tak perlu bayar pun. Dan kalau dah subscribe, dah tekan butang subscribe tu, tekan sekali butang notification. Sebab apa? Nanti kalau aku upload video baru, korang antara orang pertama dapat video ni. Dan please share video ni kepada kawan-kawan korang juga, atau keluarga-keluarga korang, supaya kita boleh memeriahkan lagi channel ni. Dan aku mengucapkan jutaan terima kasih kepada yang dah menonton daripada awal sampai habis, dan kepada mereka-mereka yang mana yang support channel ni daripada awal dulu sampailah hari ni, yang tetap setia dengan channel ni guys. Korang memang terbaik. Korang antara yang penonton-penonton yang aku respect lah. So untuk video yang akan datang, aku rasa video yang sama juga. Aku akan upload video-video react, sebab benda ni seronok walaupun dia seram buat malam-malam. Tapi tak apa, kita buat aja sambil mengisi masa lapang kan. Okay lah, aku rasa sampai kat sini saja. Kita jumpa di video yang akan datang guys. Aku ucapkan Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera kepada korang yang menonton channel Andre Brothers. Korang semua memang awesome guys. Good night.